Hello. Hello, it's Brian O'Shea. Doing a live stream. Do I gotta buckle my pants? Are they falling down? That's a nice brick building school thing. You got some non-brick houses around here. Wonder what's under the siding though. They put siding around brick? I don't know if they would they? What's up, y'all? We got Jack Talcott live. Fucking with the numbers. But ain't no big deal. This is an impromptu stream. I ain't been consistent, so how do I expect big numbers? Looking at some streets here, deciding where to walk. The old walk and talk with O'Shea. Man, what's going on in the world? What's up with the title of this stream? Is that disrespectful with what happened in Minneapolis? Y'all tweaking on that? Like, people are like, oh my God. It's like, yeah, what have we been talking about the last 6 years? Where we told you where this is all going. Oh, good Lord, they're killing people. God's got to shake, give your head a shake. It's God giving your head a shake. Wake up. Yeah, Talcott had Donald Trump on. They both agreed that the ICE agents are good. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Who's a good doggy? 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 Who's a good puppy? What you doing? You don't get cold? It's too cold to be outside. What you doing outside? See you later, buddy. You're not barking at me like the other dog. There you go. As soon as I say it. You know, I was leaving. He got mad. What's up, Greg? Always great to see you. Man, what's going on in this world, people? If anyone has a star map app on their phone, when you look at the stars, so if you were to pull up a star map right now, like a star app, it would show you the path of the sun, right? Above the horizon and below the horizon. The path of the sun, the path of the moon. Then it'll show you which, and all the planets follow that line. Like all the planets, they all follow the path of the sun. Let's see. Let's see something here real quick. Getting some sort of... thanks so much, Greg. Makes me... I'm going to have to stream every day, man. Greg's coming through. Thanks for the donation. Let me see if... he said for blessings. Thank you so much, Greg. Appreciate that, bro. Greg's a consistent dude, like donates every time I stream, basically. Dang. That shit's humbling. Appreciate that, Greg. So yeah, if you look at the sky, right, on one of these star maps, all the planets follow this line that the sun's on, right? And sometimes they get what's called conjunct, where it looks like they're touching. So if you were to look at this thing, they'd be real close to each other. It's called the conjunction, and those conjunctions are pretty important, pretty powerful things. A lot of people say. I'm trying to decide where I'm going to go. Fuck it. Let's. I'm looking. Let's try this one. It's a train track shit. But the thing of it is, there's a bunch of planets grouped around the sun right now. They're all getting conjunct, and they're all just around the sun, and it's been like that for days now. It's you got Mercury, Venus, Pluto, and Mars just grouped around the sun. You got Saturn and Venus doing their own little conjunction, hanging out together. They've been conjunct for like months now. Saturn and Neptune. And then the moon, that little devil, is constantly going conjunct with everybody, bro. The moon is constantly in everybody's business. This might not be the greatest content for numbers, but got to kind of get this shit off my chest. Heating up a little bit. Let me unzip some of these. It's fucking cold out here. How you guys doing with the cold? Yeah, man. It's gonna be nasty out tonight. But so where was I going? Let me see something here. What was I just saying? Might need to take off one of these jackets at some point. The moon, the sun, the moon. Where the fuck was I going? Oh yeah, the moon's constantly going conjunct with people, dude. Constantly, and all the other planets and celestials business, dude. And the moon, on the new moon, when the moon is most invisible, most like nothing looking, it's like translucent, looks like it has no power, no light. You damn near see through the thing. On the new moon, it goes conjunct with the sun from sunrise to sunset. They're like hand in hand, they're conjunct, like I'm saying. And the moon was just conjunct with those other pile of stars that I was saying that are currently conjunct with the moon, just hanging around the moon right now. It's like they're having a powwow. It's like they're having a meeting. Like if you were to do mythology and make up your own stories, you'd be like, yeah, the sun's having a powwow with all the power players. And they're probably like, man, this fucking moon, someone implanted this moon on us and it keeps getting in all our business. How are we going to combat this moon? Because there's a theory that the moon is energy stealing and soul trap. So my theory is that on that new moon, the sun's soul, right? The sun has something to do with souls. So the sun, S-O-L, soul, solar. The sun might just be a giant concentration of souls. You know how they say like we have light? Our soul is like a ball of light. Well, all the souls of all the people on earth that ever been on earth or however the fuck it works, maybe that's what the fucking sun is. I don't know. But they call it soul. Is it just a giant ball of souls? Is it the grand consciousness as we talk about, like the one self? What is that thing? So, and then there's what is it? Paramount Pictures. No, they got one of the movie studios. They got like a little boy sitting on a crescent moon fishing. And then you got some old mythology. You got some old pictures of like different characters like sitting on the moon and with a fishing rod. Some people speculate that they're putting it in our face. They're just laughing at us and mocking us. Like, yeah, look at us. We're fishing for souls. And part of the law is we have to tell you ahead of time. Otherwise, we suffer consequences as we do our dirty deeds. Right? Like the revelation of the method. Basically, it's a form of like getting consent. Something like that. We let them know. I let you know. So I just kind of wanted to get that off my chest because it is pretty fascinating. I know it means something. Sometimes I think I don't even want to talk about it. Like I know it. I see it. I see all those planets grouped around the sun right now, and I know it means something. It's powerful. But just keep it to myself. You know what I mean? But whatever. We're doing a walk and talk. This video could get deleted. Just some random live stream, random thoughts. But what are you guys' thoughts on the latest shooting in Minneapolis? This one's pretty. If it's not AI or some sort of fucking whatever, it's pretty goddamn bad, dude. Like, from what I've seen, you got your typical leftist, anti-Trump retards, like protester type people. Out there in Minneapolis, they're giving the ICE agents the business, right? Their thing is to whistle and insult them and film them, right? But these guys seem like a bunch of untrained idiots What's up, brother? It seemed like a bunch of untrained idiots. Like they're like, sign up for ICE. We'll give you a $50,000 sign up bonus immediately. Like they're just begging to get ICE agents, you know, and every fucking retard wannabe cop who couldn't make the force, you know, they weed them out because they know they're a fucking liability. These guys probably have like no training. They're just like high school fucking scumbags type mentality. Just fucking retards. That's what it seems like. So I have no idea where I'm walking to. We're just going down train tracks. We got an expressway near us. It's like the middle of fucking nowheresville, dude. Gotta take this jacket off in a second. But yeah, so I mean, it looks pretty bad. I guess the guy had a gun on him, right? From what I seen, he, you know, they're just protesting, they're whistling, they're filming, talking shit. The ICE agents come up to him, and now that they know they can immediately just start pepper spraying people and without consequences, you know, they're passing these new little provisions every day. Yeah, these guys can pepper spray people, no problem. So they just go point blank, you know, against the you know, suggested way to use those things. They're like putting it right in people's eyes. These high powered pepper sprays, dude. They're gonna blind people. They're already killing people. But so they're doing their pepper spray to a couple women. They're pushing women around, and this one guy's like trying to protect the women that's with him, right? He's filming. He's got his gun in his like waistband or on his holster, and so he's trying to protect the woman that's getting like pepper sprayed and pushed around. He's trying to like hold on to her so he could like cover her, but like they rip him apart for her, and then they disarm him. And when they disarm him, something happens. Either the guy that disarmed him accidentally, what do they call it, a ND, a negligent discharge. Friendly fire. A negligent discharge. So either the ICE agent that disarmed him accidentally discharged that weapon that he just took off the dude, or it's not certain yet. People are still debating, like, or did another cop just fucking shoot, maybe straight murder, or he got spooked by who the fuck knows what, bro? But it's totally just cold-blooded murder, dude. Like this one, I guess this one's like straight up obvious. Like the guy was no threat to them. He had his hands up the whole time. He's just trying to like shield these women from pepper spray and getting pushed around. And then the national, what is it, DHS, Department of Homeland Security, they come out with a statement on fucking Twitter or something, which is fucking hilarious. These official fucking statements from president and Department of Homeland Security, they fucking use Twitter for all these official statements and shit. But they're like, yeah, we reviewed the footage, and you know, our officers were in fear for their safety. This armed, mad terrorist could have killed all of our officers. He was armed, looking to kill. And thankfully, our officers saved the day and protected themselves and their families. He was violently resisting. It's like, dude, bro. I'm not in Minneapolis. It's a shithole. They're snatching up my coworkers and deporting them. Yeah, man. People are mentioning it's eerily reminiscent of that Floyd shit. George Floyd happened in Minneapolis when they were kicking off riots. So it seems like they really want people to get in these streets and protest. Like they want to really keep fucking with people. They want to get nationwide protests. They want to get the burnings going again. They want to get the looting going. So they could really crack down with some martial law, some DEW weapons. What's the DEW weapons? Like Department of Defense. But DEW is like, whatever, those funky like sound weapons or fucking microwave weapons, whatever the fuck they are. Those like invisible weapons that could fuck you up. All of a sudden your nose is bleeding. Your brain's about to explode. Can't breathe. Your heart's defibrillating. Palpitating, whatever the fuck. Friendly fire. Friendly fire. Yeah, it was his own guy. It's like the Acorn incident. Fucking Acorn drops and the guy fucking unloads on the vehicle. So whatever, guys. I mean, I don't know how much stock to put in this because there's so much energy going into this. Like if you go on Reddit, like these different subreddits are just post after post after post is this newest Minneapolis action. So I don't know, man. It's like one of those things where it's like I told you so. Like what have the people in these quote unquote truther community been preaching for the last 6 years? And we're the crazy ones, right? We're the shadow band ones. And here everything's coming together in terms of I don't know, things being exposed for what they are. It's just so blatant and so obnoxious at this point. It's just crazy. And then when I look at those stars and those groupings of the planets, like I think it has something to do with it. Like something is going on. And another thing that could be happening is it could be an age change. There's a bike just sitting here. There could be an age change on that we're coming out of. We might be coming out of the Iron Age, right? And entering another Bronze Age. Because the cycle goes like you go from golden to silver, bronze to iron, and then you'll go back up. You do basically like another Iron Age, and then you do another. Does this thing work? What's up with this bike? The little kid's bike. Maybe I'll leave it alone. It's a little kid's bike. Not sure why it's sitting there. Fuck was I saying? Yeah, we might be going through an age change. So we're going like from the iron, the worst, to the bronze. And they say every time you do an age change, the whole world completely changes. Like you could look at it as like a reset. And the Iron Age, the Bronze Age, and the Silver Age are all way shorter than the Golden Age in terms of years of time. With the Iron Age being the least amount of time, you know, the Bronze Age, the second least, and so on until the Golden, until you, which they say time doesn't really seem to exist in the Golden Age. Every day is just as good as the next. You really don't keep track of time because everything's just good. Yeah. Just rambling thoughts I wanted to get off my chest. Let me disrobe here real quick, take off some more clothing. It's starting to heat up. Give me 1 second. Sake. So what y'all on, bro? If anyone wants to hop up on panel, I got some links down there. Just sort of impromptu stream. Sort of walk and talk. Figuring shit out. It's cold as hell here in Denver. What's the temperature like where you guys are at? All right. Back to the walk and talk. All right. Yo, get over here. All right. Let's see. How are we looking? 11 degrees. Jack off Jack. Yep. It get colder overnight, right? Is this some weather manipulation? These crazy cold fronts? What's going on in Texas? They're about to hit a big freeze again. They say every time this one dude leaves town, bad shit happens. Some dude, like when they had the big freeze a few years ago in Texas, who's the politician that leaves town? What the fuck's this? It's not JD Vance, I don't think. I can't think of his name. Every time this dude goes to the beaches, he went to the beaches, he left Texas, went to the beach. Boom. They hit a big freeze. Then COVID's about to hit. He's out of town. Whatever. But let's see. It's almost 4 p.m. Gotta keep track of time. Gotta reverse time and get back to somewhere by 6 p.m. So we're gonna figure this out. So what else is going on? TaskRabbit jobs have dried up. You go to the TaskRabbit subreddit on Reddit, people are very disheartened. They're talking about starting a union because you got all these quality taskers and the app is just fucking them over, and they just can't get a good living going on the app because they're just, the support doesn't work with us. There's all these scams on the app. And so it's just one of those things. Seems like a planned obsolescence things where TaskRabbit started out awesome and people were making real good money. Slowly but surely, it just falls apart somehow. Somehow the corporate powers that be just take something good and just figure out a way to fuck it up. Union is forced though, huh? This is the Ora Linda book talks about. We might have to get Jack Talcott as our union rep for TaskRabbit and do some negotiations for us. Get us some better customer support. You know, deal with these scammers. I seriously thought TaskRabbit for a minute there was an app where they were trying to get women like to just fuck. Like Tinder is already like, I heard girls talk about it like it's drive through for sex. Like if a girl wants to just get some sex real quick, not even at her house, she'll just pick a dude on Tinder, just shows up at his crib, fucks real quick, and then leaves. Just like getting a McDonald's burger. Fast food service for fucking. And that's what I was thinking they wanted TaskRabbit to be, because the name TaskRabbit, rabbit, you know, rabbits fuck all the time. It's like they wanted it to be for like these lonely little single mothers to hire a guy, you know, and pay him 50, 60, 80, $100 an hour or whatever to fuck her and leave. You know what I mean? The guy shows up, fucks her, leaves. It's all through the app, you know? So she feels safer. Some random dude coming in her house to fuck her. Because it's on an app. So I still think there's something to that theory. Because they're trying to get like you know, they want women, right, to be like men, kind of, to just be like savages. They want women to be more masculine, right? To not really care about families, just make some money, order some dick online, you know, do whatever the fuck you want. Hot girl summer. But that ain't the correct order of operation. Goes God, man, woman, child. They're trying to go woman, child, man, God, or some shit. They got the order all fucked up. And I wonder if Vanilla Ice baby too cold. It's freezing out here and we got ice killing people. Is that some sort of predictive programming, sort of foreshadowing? What do we got going on with that? We are in a no man's like dead zone. Like I wouldn't mind interacting with some people. What do we got here? A rail yard marketplace. Guess I could find a few folks to fuck with around here. Domino's Pizza. Big box stores. Why does every grocery store in every country basically the same? And why do the people in Whole Foods are all like very pretty, very healthy looking? And the people in your like mid-range grocery stores are all sort of way unhealthier looking. Excuse me. So I'm sorry, I got to figure some shit out. So the update on my car is they didn't smash it. I thought they were going to smash my car with all my shit in it, but they extended the date so around the end of February. And the plan is, if no one claims my car by like the 20th of February, then I got to show up over there. And they're going to give me 15 minutes to get my shit out of it. Like, my car is pretty much donezo anyways. But there is a chance I still could make some moves before the 20th to get it deemed an unlawful tow, to like dispute the hearing. And even if the hearing don't go my way, there's an appeals process, but it's through the Department of Transportation. I've already been in touch with some council members about it. Council members, I don't know how you guys feel about that, about me working with council, but I spoke at like a city council meeting. We could probably get like a tape of that if we really wanted to. I'm trying to think. Is there a little road here under this fucking train tracks? What's going on here? Is this a dead end? We'll find out. Trains are a crazy thing. IDF. It's going to ICE you. What is IDF? The ICE? Is that ICE? IDF? What is ICE? No, ICE is the international. What the fuck is IDF? Greetings, Brian. Just joined. No idea what's going on, but I hope you're well. Yeah, what's up, dude? I'm just bambling. We got a train here fucking up the audio, so maybe we won't get too close to that train. But trains are another interesting thing, dude. They used to have all these they used to have these events where you would show up and like there was some guy like Bob the Train Smasher, like some hillbilly type fuck. He would put on these events and they would constantly smash locomotive trains, right? So where the fuck did they get all these extra locomotives to fucking smash? You know, this is supposed to be, this was like early 1900s, you know? Like fucking, like 1930s, 40s, something like that, 20s, some shit like that. I don't know the exact years, but like, that's why it feels like there was a reset and they just inherited some shit. They just came upon all these old buildings. There's all these old trains around just like abandoned. Like they just walk into these abandoned cities, it seems like. They come out of the ground. Come out of the incubation, what are they called? The incubator babies. They just repopulate society after one of these resets. They come out of the tunnels or some shit. But it's like they had all these locomotive trains. All these locomotives. Locomotive, that's a hell of a word. Crazy motive. Is that what it is? A locomotive? Yeah, they would just smash them. And then what they would do is like, it wasn't exciting enough to just smash them. So they would add a little cart to each train. They'd fill it with all these different explosives and flammable shit so that when the trains crash, it would be this big fiery mess. And you'll see it even like Charlie Chaplin silent films. Like there's a train, there'll be some scene with a train and a bridge, and the bridge breaks, and they're just busting trains and smashing trains. Like, how is there so much abundance? Like, first of all, how fucking difficult is it to build a fucking train in these years where it's like we're barely just figuring shit out? Like the country's new, you know. And they got all this like crazy, huge amounts of steel that is just manufactured where? Who made these fucking trains? And who made so many of these trains that they could just smash like thousands of them? Hundreds. Made thousands of these fucking trains. What the fuck? This traffic's loud as hell too. Fuck this. Guess I'll just walk back to where I got to go eventually. There's a little neighborhood over there. I could maybe just wander around that neighborhood, look at some houses and shit. If the stream makes it that long, I feel like I'm not really bringing the heat today. But whatever. Maybe we'll find a flow. Let's see. Look into the Tartarian trains. Beautiful. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, trains are fucking awesome, dude. Like, fuck highway travel, bro. Fuck getting in these cars. Like, all these weirdo people and these women. You ever see a woman get, like, aggressive as hell driving? Like, you ever got into a car with a woman who's, like, very quiet, very meek, very shy? Then she gets behind the wheel and she's a fucking maniac, dude. Like, cursing at people, flipping people off, road raging out. Smells like weed like a motherfucker right now. Like, fuck these cars, dude. I hate cars, dude. Ramble away. Let's see. Israeli Defense Forces. Yep. I was looking up the leaders of Mossad. I was looking into the two past. You should look at the one that some guy Cohen, I think his name is. The most recent previous leader. What a creepy looking fuck that dude looks like. These creepy ass Mossad agents. What up, brother? Hope all is well. This is G. Wolf says, shut up. Let's see what else. I ran a train. So the G. Oh, you used to fucking drive a train? Oh, okay. Gomez Adams used to crash them with Pugsley. Okay. Yeah, it's a rigged fluid reality. Or it's part of, can't see it. It's part of the old world, old technology. Yeah, dude, the trains, you guys want to talk about old buildings? Like, oh man, these old Capitol buildings are so strange, and the World Fair buildings, how strange that they say they were temporary, but they really weren't temporary, and I believe all that, you know. They weren't temporary. Those stories are fucking batshit crazy. You got all these fires that burn down cities. You know, supposed fires like San Fran. Every fucking major town had some sort of fire that built and destroyed all these buildings made of glass, brick, and stone. How the fuck do you burn down glass, brick, and stone in cathedrals? And every time you look at the aftermath of the destruction afterwards, it's always like brick buildings are just looked like they were bombed or blown apart with something that wasn't fire. Like trees are still there. And guess what? It looks very similar to those Los Angeles fires we had recently, right? Weren't those fuckers bizarre? I used to spend a lot of time hiking in those mountains, in that Palisade area where those fires were raging. So I know that area. I know that little town, that little area. I used to hike there constantly when I was in Los Angeles, not getting laid, doing my TaskRabbit jobs, doing some open mic comedy. Beyond that, no one paid me no attention, dude. I didn't have a chance with any bitches in Los Angeles. New York, though, the New York sluts were a little better, dude. Because before I went to LA, I lived in New York for a few months, and this is pre-COVID. This is like 2017. In 2017, I drove my happy ass out to New York, not knowing anyone. Just hit up some open mics, found the TaskRabbit app, started doing TaskRabbit out in New York. But New York was kind of a popping little town. New York was intimidating too. So I'm from Chicago. How could New York intimidate me? You know, as I'm driving out there, I'm like, this ain't gonna be no big deal. I could survive Chicago. I'll go out to New York and see what's up. Man, I ain't gonna lie, New York was a little intimidating, man, because the people had a little more rough around the edge sort of personality. And there was so many fucking people, dude, and they're all condensed. And because Chicago's like super segregated. Like, you got your white neighborhoods, you got your Spanish neighborhood, black neighborhood, you got Chinatown, Chinese neighborhood, Polish neighborhood. But in New York, everybody's bunched up right on top of each other. Everyone's mixing and mingling. It was a wild, cool place, man. New York was cool. The people I met, some of the comics treated me good. Some of the girls on some of the dating apps actually got back to me and met up with me, and it's pretty chill. Holy fuck, man. Might be hard to hear me for a little bit. I don't even know where I'm walking if I'm going the right way. Let me see. Do I need to be going this way or a different way? Where did I come from? We'll figure it out. I'll get to where I'm going eventually. I should probably follow those railroad tracks. Yeah, you know what? I should probably go back the way I came. Let's follow those railroad tracks before I get lost. So where we leave off? Pretty chill, good times. LOL, not getting laid. Dude, the legend is that the train tracks were already here. They just had to dig them up. Yeah, man. Union Pacific Ninja, I'm JK, bro. No, I know, Wolfie, you're good, bro. -4 degrees in Minnesota. Yup. Is that Minnesota? MN? Yeah, man. Yeah, the trains, like I was gonna say. The people are like, oh, the old Capitol buildings. How impressive. The old the World's Fairs. Oh my God, those buildings, they weren't temporary, those beautiful buildings. My point is, bro, in all my travels to the US, so in 2021, I believe there was on the winter solstice, there was a conjunction with Jupiter and Saturn, if I'm not mistaken. People are like, oh, this is a big deal. This happens every fucking so many years, thousands of years or something. This is a big conjunction. This is a big deal. And so I go to bed and wake up the day of that conjunction, right? And for some reason I had in my head, you're the baddest thing east of the Mason-Dixon line. Like, I wasn't sure if it was east or west, but I just said, fuck it. We're going to go with east. It seems like it's east. I don't know if east sounds more lyrically, like just it flows better out of your mouth, but for some reason, I don't know what it was. It was, sometimes you get rap lyrics in your head. You'll get some sort of song lyric in your head. You wake up with it. So I don't know. I don't know if it had anything to do with the conjunction, but anyways, for some reason, I feel like I woke up that day with some strange thought in my head telling me you're the baddest thing east of the Mason-Dixon line. So then I'm like, okay, where's this Mason-Dixon line? How the fuck is it east? Wasn't it like, because it divided the north and south. So I'm like, there is no east Mason-Dixon line. Like, Mason-Dixon line divided the north from the south for the Civil War, So, but it turns out as I researched it, there is an east part of the Mason-Dixon line, because when you go near Delaware, which is another very interesting spot, right over there by Washington, D.C. And Delaware, I think, is where most of corporations, there's like one building in particular where like 90% of the major corporations like list their address at for some reason. I don't know if it's some sort of tax situation, something about Delaware and taxes and Fortune 500 companies. So anyways, I keep diverging from thought to thought, but let me try to get to where I'm going. We're still talking about these trains. So anyways, I'm the baddest thing east of the Mason-Dixon line, it's telling me, right? So I'm like, I got to go east of the Mason-Dixon. I mean, I already been out that way. I already been out to the East Coast, Boston, New York, drove through Connecticut and Rhode Island or whatever the fuck on my way to Boston before I made my way to Los Angeles. Because I think I went from whatever. I either went from Boston to Los Angeles or New York to Los Angeles. But I know I visited Boston at some point. My point is that I wanted to go explore. I wanted to go east of the Mason-Dixon line and see if something was like if the message I was getting from the conjunction was true, right? So I'm chilling out in Florida at this time during this conjunction. I'm a beach bum, dude. I'm swimming in the ocean 2 hours a day, and I'm loving life, actually, bro. I'm doing my little TaskRabbit jobs. I'm perfectly content, living out of my car. And being a beach bum, I would swim 2 hours a day, bro. My body was in great shape. Like, you swim and get that sunshine. I was swimming in quartz sand beaches like Siesta Keys Beach out there in Florida. just feeling great. Now all of a sudden the cops start giving me tickets. Oh, you got expired tags. You got expired license. They start giving me tickets, start fucking with me. And they spooked my ass and I left town, right? And I didn't really know where I'm going. So as I leave town, I think my plan, what was my plan at that time? My plan might have been, there was a flat earth conference coming up at some point, I think. And I was like, well, that's going on in South Carolina. Maybe I could get some work. And I did. I went out to South Carolina. I did TaskRabbiting. Went out to North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. Started TaskRabbiting out there. And then I just went from there. And like I said, I followed this fucking east of the Mason-Dixon line thing. It might be hard to hear me with these fucking trains. That cloud? Yeah, right? Cloud is kind of funky, huh? Looks like a big spaceship. Oh, yeah, on the screen here, it looks a little different. Looks like a big old fucking spaceship or mushroom cloud or some shit. Yeah, there's something hidden there, right? Like something like, it's not a cloud, it's a shape. It's like something's behind it, right? But what's up, JR Filthy? So anyways, I go out east of the Mason-Dixon line, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I go to New Jersey, Philly, Delaware. Oh, if anyone's looking for a cool spot, Paul and Slade was asking me about certain spots. And then it came to my mind, like after later on, that if anyone checks out Odessa, Delaware, I believe it is. Odessa, Delaware. That little town, man, there's some sort of special energy there. The old houses there. Look into Odessa, Delaware. If anyone's near there, if anyone can ever make a trip to Odessa, Delaware, that town's got some energy, man. I could see myself setting up shop in Odessa, Delaware. I don't know, like you travel around and some spots just like some towns just treat you good. You know, like Sacramento, California treats me excellent in terms of like comedy open mics and shit like that. The type of people out there, I just fuck with them. They say it's the Midwest of California. You know, like a Chicago type energy where Chicago people are pretty cool, friendly, supposedly. But looks like there's a cloud maker ahead of you. Yeah, some shit. Oh yeah, right? Yeah, it looks like the clouds are coming. Yeah, right? Clouds coming out. That big thing's coming out of some factory over here. Some shit's crazy. But oh fuck, where did I leave my train of thought at? I was talking about some shit, man. I'm diverging all over, but I know I was talking about going to the East Coast. Yeah, so I'm on the East Coast, Philadelphia, New Jersey, Delaware, and you know, Odessa, Newcastle. What was it? Newcastle. It's not Delaware. Newcastle. What's next to Delaware? Fuck. Whatever. All that area, man. I'm like, you know, I'm like thinking about that. You're the baddest thing east of the Mason-Dixon line. So I went out there, you know, I didn't really, you know, the whole baddest thing east of the thing, it didn't really, I don't know. So I ended up like, you know, coming back. I think I went to the Flat Earth Festival, met Rob Cleveland there. Paid $160 for a Saturday, Sunday event. Just fucking retarded. So I'm an idiot, but whatever. I was working a lot then, and so anyways, my point is that like when I went out there though, when I was in Delaware, holy fuck, these viaducts. If you do any searches for viaducts are like giant fucking arched like bridges that just go for thousands of miles, like thousands of miles, but like, you know, hundreds of miles. Just whatever it is, dude. Like, I don't know what how far the you know, I don't know if a viaduct goes across the whole country, but they go through multiple states and shit like that, I think. They're just these fucking, you talk about a building, bro. You talk about a Capitol building is impressive. Think about these stone viaducts that go through fucking states or go for hundreds of miles, you know what I mean? With train tracks on them. They're basically like bridges, and they just go through all types of terrain, bro. Like, it doesn't matter what train is under them. They'll just rip through everything, dude. If it's a big, because I was on this hiking spot, like out there in Delaware somewhere. And I'm looking at this ginormous viaduct. It's got these old stones, these awesome arches, things fucking massive. It's like such an accomplishment of architecture. And, these are supposedly things that were built by like the fucking settlers and shit, bro. It's like all of a sudden, it's like all this shit's like already here. Like, there's all these trains, there's all these fucking viaducts. What the fuck is that, dude? It's fucking weird. So yeah, look into that, man. Viaducts, those are impressive architectural fucking feats, dude. And because it's so crazy, because if you're gonna build a building, okay, you're gonna fuck with the land, you're gonna make it flat and level and do what you gotta do to start building, right? But if you're just ripping across fucking uneven terrain, like they just go through they just cut across everything, dude. I'm talking through over rivers, over fucking anything, dude. Cut through mountains but you know what I mean? Like, you know how just terrain is just all fucked up. And you know how difficult it would be to build a massive fucking bridge like that to hold trains and just cut across terrains, not giving a fuck what the terrain is? Like, do you have any idea how difficult that an enormous of a task that would fucking be? It's fucking mind-boggling. We got so many fucking viaducts, and there's a whole bunch of viaducts that are no longer functional. They have like old abandoned train tracks on them and shit. They say some of these World's Fairs might have been like train hubs. Like a lot of the people that came to the World's Fair, they had like train tracks that would take you right to the front door. So where am I going with all this? Yeah, man, it's like, we got all these fucking extra trains that we could just smash them. We could have these stupid fucking events where we're going to take these beautiful creations that are just thousands of tons of weight and steel. Like, how do you manufacture a fucking train back in the day, dude? What kind of forging, steel making fucking operations were going on to fucking build so many hundreds and thousands of trains that you could just smash them and set them on fire and put them in Charlie Chaplin films to like fall off a bridge? Like, what the fuck is all that, dude? And they're beautiful. Why the fuck would they do that? And why would people think it's fucking cool to destroy like a beautiful fucking creation that's got to be insanely difficult at that time to fucking make? How the fuck, you know how much metal you need to make a train, dude? Those things are fucking beasts. So I don't know. I'm just fucking going off. How long? 48 minutes already? Whatever. I'm just going live, competing with Talcott. I don't know if he's still live. If Paul and Slave goes over there, I'm fucked. But Paul, back to Paul, dude, like, all these other streams are having the streamer award. Like, just give every fucking award to Paul, dude. Like, fuck all you losers, dude. You all suck. Oh, this guy's going to get an award for this. Dude, you all suck. I can't watch any of you. If any, I'll watch some of you sometimes just to like, if you're, just to see what the fuck you got. Like, I'll check in just to see what the fuck you're doing. Maybe hate watch a little here when Landry was fucking in his full retard fucking shit. But I'm not going to subscribe to him, and I'm not going to fucking, I don't watch really any of those channels on that awards thing. I kind of want to be like, all right, I should get consistent, dude. Fuck these dudes and their awards and their stupid, all these different categories. Just give Paul every fucking trophy, dude. You all suck. How delusional are you guys, dude? What are you guys talking about that's fucking interesting, compelling, fucking, why? All these fucking panel fucking arguing debates about fucking nonsense, dude, and no one's doing anything on the ground to fucking experiment with, some of this legal lawful shit that Paul got me into. And I found a lot of benefit in that. And Paul sounds like, I don't know if he's going to be completely dedicated to that whole thing of getting arrested all the time, but it's like going to the military or something. Everyone should experience civil disobedience and experience not submitting, complying, and obeying, and have a time in your life where you don't give in, dude. So you could understand what's going on. And then if something comes up, you got health issues or whatever it is, dude. If you're just burnt out, or you just don't feel like going that route. Like I could see the arguments for sort of pulling back and doing your own thing, but this whole thing about learning how to speak for yourself in court, learn how to try to get a dismissal on your own, not using lawyers. You know, like you talked about, everyone could submit an affidavit, you know, saying that they're opting out of this fucking slavery system, and the affidavit unrebutted stands true. You know, and the shit would be over in a day if so many people didn't submit, comply, and obey. So that's what I'm saying, dude. What are these streams? What the fuck are they talking about, dude? I don't know, man. Someone help me figure this shit out. They ain't got shit. Facts. So, yeah, I mean, oh, you're just a Paul. You suck Paul's dick, bro. I'm talking about myself too, bro. It's like, that's why I can't even go on his show no more, bro. I can't. Like, I feel like, what am I going to do up there, dude? I'm just going to look stupid. Like he's in his zone. He has whatever it is, dude. Whatever the fuck it is, he got it. And when I'm up there, sometimes I'm just like, just feel like I ain't got it. Like, the fuck are we going to do, dude? Just do your own thing. Like, I don't want to fucking hurt. I don't go up there because I don't want to fuck with him, dude. I don't want to hurt whatever he's got going on. Like, just let him do his own thing, dude. I think he does better without me, because I'm like, what am I going to contribute, dude? That's how I think sometimes. Like, what are we going to talk about? Like, what am I going to do? It's like, just let him do his own thing, man. But you know, we got to figure out, you know, we can't lean on too many people. Like, God wants us to figure out shit out on our own. We could be grateful that Paul could get us started on certain paths and help us learn about things. But, you know, it's not about him, right? It's something that he's connected to, like the truth, right? Like, that's what we're all tapping into, is just truth, you know, honor, justice, all these good qualities that we should all strive for. And like, yeah, this stuff's been going on for a long time, before Paul, after Paul. But for me, the dude helped me out. He got me on a certain path, and I'm grateful for that. I want to sort of push that forward and keep going, you know, have more and more people get involved. More and more people start to shine. More and more people start to use their voice and start to make the same type of moves. You know, and as the world keeps getting more crazy, as ICE agents start murdering more and more people, it's like, these fools got to come around to what we're talking about at some point, bro. Because it's like God is forcing them in that direction. It's like they want to deny, call us crazy, shit on us, shadow ban us, you know, treat us like second-class citizens. And now look what happened. Look at, they're just murdering these motherfuckers right in the streets, right? Now they want a civil war. Oh, it's Trump. If only Kamala would have got elected, we'd be so better off, you know, because Biden was so fucking great, you know? God is forcing these motherfuckers to see the error of their ways, dude. It's like, you fucking fools. Look at you. Look at you getting killed in the fucking streets. You stupid slaves. You stupid, powerless slaves. You gave it all away. And look at what they do. They have a bunch of doofuses, a bunch of high school bully type dumb fuck idiots, wannabe cop, couldn't make the force scumbags, executing your stupid ass in the middle of the street and having the government saying, good job, boys. That's what you got, you dumb motherfuckers. That's what you got, you stupid motherfuckers. Talking shit about me. Let's go to this awesome brick church over here. Yeah, man, these brick buildings, dude. All I want to do is build fucking brick buildings, dude. Fuck this shit. I gotta get me some brick and mortar one day and just go to a parking lot and just fucking slap the shit together, walk away from it, dude. Fuck it, dude. Gotta get the youth, gotta get the young people on this brick and mortar. Look at this fucking church right here. It's hard to see it on camera. Got a nice brick building over here. Big ass motherfucking school or some shit. Got some nice brick homes. Got this brick baby right here, old. What the fuck this thing is? Garage / house. Got some weird siding on it. Got some old brick, painted brick. Brick, brick, brick. And then they got this thing. It's a nice church right here. Right next to this nice brick school. Got this brick church right here. I don't know if the church is open. What's up, y'all? Doing a live stream. Say hello to the audience. You're famous. YouTube. It's about truth and honor, justice, and freedom. Hop on board. So we got a cool house right here. It's a cool brick house right here. This thing's really cool. It's a really nice house. They got a porch. They got all types of shit in there. Then you got this thing. I don't even know if this is brick. It might be brick under whatever that is. Maybe not. Yeah, you go from brick to these non-brick houses. But is that like a siding? Is that some sort of siding covering up the brick, maybe? Because remember when siding was a big thing? Oh, you got to get aluminum siding. Coat your house in fucking aluminum. You know, because aluminum, fluoride is I believe is an industrial waste product of making aluminum. And with all Alzheimer patients and dementia patients, their brains are, when they do autopsies on them, their brains are filled with like extra aluminum. I think there's aluminum siding over brick, maybe. I'm not quite sure, though. Could just be like flimsy houses that aren't made of brick that could just fall apart and burn down. Well, I see brick. You got a brick foundation. But yeah, there was like aluminum siding craze at one point. Everyone was getting aluminum siding for some reason. I'm not quite sure. It's just being honest. Me too. I don't get up there because it's better when he's solo. Yeah, like his last conversation with that Italian dude. Even though, okay, he says, oh, the numbers aren't as big as if he was just talking by himself. But I understand why he's talking to that Italian dude, because he's showing, look at this. Look at this Italian dude. Look at him bowing down to his government, bowing down to the fucking, submitting, complying, obeying, and then fighting for them. Like look where it leads to. It leads to people getting murdered in the streets in Minneapolis. And then they fight, and then there's people that will fight for that, right? That's the greatest type of slaves they got out here. You slave them up, you abuse them, and they got your back, and they fight. And if someone talks shit about your abuser, they fuck that. They go to bat for you. They'll go to war for you. That's crazy, bro. I mean, good job. Whatever fucking schemes they got these people fucking all fucking mixed up in the head, dude. They got them all thinking backwards. They got them all inverted. They got them believing the false is real and the real is false. And it's a fucking crazy. But it's like having the wind at your back, bro. When you're in the Iron Age, it's like two ships on the ocean. You got one ship of truth, and you got the ship of compliance. They're going in different directions. But the ship of compliance and slavery and cowardice and go along to get along, that ship's got, there's sailboats maybe, and that sailboat's got fucking the wind at its back, bro. Like in the Iron Age, which I believe we're coming out of. So the world might completely flip and change, bro. And I mean, that's why it's all getting completely out of control, because it's about to flip and change, and you might just be seeing the death throes of a dying society. Society might be a completely different thing, because I believe we could potentially be directly on the cusp of an age change, where society completely changes and change for the better, and continually get better day by day until, let's see, I believe how many years would go by? Probably a few thousand years from now, you eventually get to a golden age. Like, I believe the each half of the cycle, I believe the full cycle is 24,000 years. And then each half of the cycle, so like to go from the golden age to the Iron Age is 12,000 years. Then to go from the second Iron Age back up to the second Golden Age, that also takes 12,000 years to complete that cycle, So Yeah, so whatever, 10,000 years from now, you know, day by day, it's going to get better and better because we're on the ascent. We're on the ascent right now. So day by day, it gets a little bit better. So what was my point? I had a direction. I was, the boat's on the fucking, so you got two boats, right? So you got the boat of bitch ass motherfuckers, right? What's the word? Bitch ass hoe? What's the expression? Bitch ass something? Bitch ass slaves. Maybe I'll go down this block over here. Some more houses. So you got the boat of the bitch ass slaves, right? Then you got the boat of the brave boat of bravery, the boat of truth, the boat of civil disobedience and non-compliance, right? So the boat of slavery's got the wind at its back, and it's just fucking cruising, right? That's why they could pull off all these goofy ass schemes, right? The boat of evil, that's just how it is. But the boat of truth has to, like a sailboat. For a sailboat to go north, if the wind is blowing from the north to the south, you know, you have to like do some crazy zigzagging to make it work. I don't know how the fuck sailboats work, but I guess you can make it work, but you just got to do a crazy zigzag that is way more difficult, take way much longer. You know, you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm like, don't have to beat this metaphor into the ground. What's up, bro? USA. So that's how it works, man. So probably going to be entering a bronze age right here. Things are getting better. They're still going to be fucked up, but most likely society's completely going to flip sometime in the near future. Things are going to be radically different. But they're not going to be the best because we're not in the silver age. We're not in the golden age. We're in the beginning of a bronze age, I believe. You know, if you're talking about the Yuga cycles, you got your Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. You know, that represents gold, silver, bronze, iron. So you know, you don't have to lose hope. Oh my God, they're killing us. It's over. No, it's a necessary evil. How else are these fucks going to wake up? How else are these motherfuckers for the last 6 years, ever since COVID came out, these mask wearing, vaccine taking idiots, right? Right, doggy? Yeah, he agrees with me. You know? How do we get them right? How do we get them thinking straight about the error of their ways? Oh, they got to put them through some shit. You got to murder a few American citizens in the streets. ICE agents have to murder the American citizens. Doofuses masked up. And look at the COVID mask, right? Got people comfortable with ski masks and poo shiesty masks and wearing masks. And what are all these ICE agents? Anonymous. You know, whatever happened what's your name and badge number? Ain't none of that with the ICE agents. You'll get maced right in your fucking, they're dead in your eyes, dude. You'll be blinded. They're going to hit you with some high, powerful mace and hold you down on the ground and put that shit in your face, bro. These motherfuckers are goofies. But if you want a job and you're a scumbag and you want to do some goofy scumbag shit, go get a job. See how that works out for you. You know, sell your soul to the devil. Speaking of soul, that sun, man. Think about that. Is that a crazy theory that the sun could just be a big, dense ball of souls? Kind of makes sense, because if every little soul has a light in it, right? A little ball of light. The sun is just a hyper condensed ball of souls, and the moon harvest those souls. So that's what they do. They keep you trapped here in a prison planet. Don't go towards the light. Trust the void. Trust the darkness. That's what 9/11 is. Because when you die, you're supposed to be able to go somewhere where you could get judgment. And judgment is good. You know, it's like you get to see, I believe the way it works is you get to experience how other people felt. Like, if you ever mistreated someone, You get to experience how they felt when you mistreated them. I think that's what judgment is. So like all the times we mistreated people and we weren't really aware of it, or we didn't really give a fuck. Somehow or another, when you die, some sort of quickening, like they say, my life flashed before my eyes, some sort of fast forward, you get to see every moment of your life, but you get to see it, you get to feel it from the other people's point of view. When you hurt their feelings, you get to feel that hurt. And you get to understand what you did. So that if you reincarnate again, God got that mission and purpose for you to learn something. Learn now how to do that, how to mistreat people. Learn how to go for the truth. Be strong and brave and not a lazy coward. But here, see, that's the perfection. That's what perfection is. So if you go from, say when you start off life, you're number one. You're zero. You go from zero in the womb, boom, you take that first breath of the Holy Spirit. You inhale, boom, you're alive. That very first breath, you're alive, right? And all them breaths ever since, the Spirit, they wanted us to cover up with masks. Where the fuck was I going with that speech? I had a direction there. I forgot. Where the fuck am I going? Very first breath. You know, that's number one. You know, and then you get older, you know. You're learning things, you know, adolescence, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, middle age, 5, 6, learning things about life. You know, now you're coming 6, 7, 8, 9, you're coming towards the end of your life, right? You know, you're at 9. So I'm using numerology talk here because I'm talking about this in coding. I'm trying to explain how this 9/11 ritual might work. So you're at the end of your life, you're at 9, and you're supposed to go to 10. It goes from 9. You die. When you die is 10. Because 10 is perfection. 10 is going somewhere, going to that judgment I'm talking about. It's perfection. Like it's perfectly going to give you the truth. It's going to perfectly give you the truth. Like what's wrong about that? If you did something wrong, oh, you judging me. God is so judgmental and all the mistakes and all my sins. No, motherfucker, you get to feel it from the other person's point of view. That's perfection. That's perfectly teaching you. Is there any better way to understand how you've been moving through this world? That's right, Paul and Slave. That's my guy. That's my guy that got me started on this path. Let's see, something else. The only reason I woke up was pain and suffering that ultimately had nobody to blame but myself. I'm afraid that most everyone else will have to get the same point. Yeah, man, that's how this thing works. There's no other way if you think about it. Yo, Shay, play it. Not only are we slaves, we're paying to be slaves. Exactly. Yo, Shay, Kylie, what's going through these things? Coil mattresses are biofuel energy traps. Probably. Me too, I don't get up there because it's better when it's so. So let me see this last comment because I'm about to, so most everyone will have to get to the same point. Yeah, let me finish this 9/11 thing. So 10 is perfection, the end of your life. You get to die and you get to go to the judgment. You know, that's heaven because you get to get the truth. Truth is heaven. It could be hell though, because depending is heaven and hell, depending on how you lived your life during that judgment. It's going to feel like heaven or hell to you because maybe if you get to feel how everyone felt and you get to feel them feel, like let's say you did a great job. You were brave most of the time. You know what I mean? You stood up. You civilly disobeyed. You learned about law. You did everything God would like. You know what I mean? You weren't a bitch. And you get to feel people being inspired, motivated, and you get to feel them change from having self-hatred and so instead of harming people and feeling that, You get to feel all the joy that they feel from the motivation and from the inspiration, and then they make the moves. So God's going to reveal all that to you. Shit you never even thought about, the people you helped. Just like right now, if I got the judgment, there'd be so many people I heard I wouldn't even know about. But if you do this thing right, there's a bunch of people you helped out you didn't even know about. Because a lot of us have so much fucked up self-dialogue that we're our worst fucking critics. We're our worst motivators, worst inspirers. We'll talk shit on ourselves, talk us out of situations. But nah, sometimes you do it right. Sometimes you help others. Sometimes you're generous. You know, just like that story out of the Ora Linda, where there was 3 thieves. You know, times were bad. Food was sparse for certain people. There was 3 dudes. They each stole a sack of corn from 3 different farmers, 3 different dudes. Each stole a sack of corn. You guys heard me tell this one before. The first farmer, or first landowner, first guy at his house, he catches the thief with the bag of corn. He takes him to like the magistrate, right? Takes him to the magistrate. And the people in the community and the magistrate and shit, they said, you did good. That guy stole from you. You brought him to the elders in the community. And we're gonna handle the situation. Good job, brother. The next homeowner, there's a thief. Takes his bag of corn. He catches him. He takes the corn from him and he lets the guy go. You know, the community and the elders, and they hear about that. And they're like, yeah, bro. Good job. Good job, bro. You caught him and you took the corn and you let him go. We could fuck with that. Good job, bro. That's good. That's a good way to handle it too. You did good. Then the third guy, he catches the thief and he asks the thief to take him to where he lives. When he gets to where he lives, he sees so much misery there. So he brings him a wagon full of necessities. And when the community and the elders found out about that, they wiped out all his sins and wrote his name in the eternal book. So what am I talking about with that? You wiped his sins out. So some of us are like, damn, I did a lot of dirt. I was a nasty little motherfucker at certain points. I grew up with nasty motherfuckers around me, and I did some nasty shit. How could I ever be forgiven for my sins? But you might just do something one day that you ain't even thinking about. Oh, this is just what seems right. It's fucking misery at this dude's house. I got a little abundance of prosperity. I'm gonna help this family out. Times are rough. Shit's getting weird. You know, and the community finds out about it, and they wipe your sins out, whatever that means. Get your sins wiped out, you know what I mean? But it's not something you plan on, I'm gonna do this deed because I want my sins wiped out. Nah. It's a spontaneous thing that happens when you weren't even thinking that was gonna happen. So that's what I'm saying. You never could be too dark. If you're guilty of the least of it, you're guilty of the most of it, right? My man Paul Enslaved. Appreciate that. Says, love the passion, says Red 40. That's right, brother. I'm sure you already had the spirit in you, like we all do. Met for a reason, I would suppose. Appreciate that. Yeah, so something's going on, man. I'm telling you, look at that. Get a star app. Download a star app or get on your laptop and say, I want to look at the sky right now. Path of the sun and the planets that are around the sun. You'll look at that grouping right now. I'm telling you, Pluto, Mars, Venus. It's the sun, Mars, Venus, Pluto, and Mercury. And the moon was right next to them during the new moon recently. They're all conjunct right around each other, just having a big group for days and days right now. You could tell there's something about that. Something's going on. We don't need these motherfuckers to tell us something, these astrologers. Oh, that means something. Look at the shit. It should be obvious. It fucking means something. Take advantage of it. When you see shit in the sky like that, make your moves. and build up for the spring when all the Fortune 500 companies launched their new corporations. Look it up. Any Fortune 500 started that shit in spring, guaranteed. They use astrology. Millionaires look at astronomy. Billionaires use astrology. Look at that shit. Pay attention to the sky to make your moves. Figure it out. Interpret it for yourself. You don't need some retard on YouTube talking about astrology and what the fuck it means. Fuck that. Figure it out yourself. Look at it. What does it mean to you when you see that? It means something to me. When I see all them planets around the sun, they're fucking having a powwow. They're having a meeting. Shit's fucking going wrong. We're going to fix this shit. Fuck these motherfuckers. We're at an age change. We're going to talk about how we're going to, society's going to be completely different. They're having a meeting. And that moon, that motherfucker, they might be having a meeting about the moon. We got to get rid of this fucking moon. This thing's artificial. It's man-made. Steering on loosh, soul trap. 9/11. See the back to, let me finish my 9/11 thing. So you live your life, right? You get to 9, and you're supposed to go to 10. Perfection and get the judgment so that you could come back to 1, because 10 is also 1. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But 10 is 1, 0. In numerology, it's a 1. So now you're back at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is 1. That's the correct order. But the 9/11 ritual goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, get to the end of your life, skip the judgment, go to 2, and just be reincarnated with no fucking ability to reflect on what the fuck happened, and you get to feel what you did to other people, whether good or bad. You understand? So it's a ritual. It's a powerful thing. They don't want you getting that judgment. They don't want you getting that real truth. You know, they got data collection. Their data collection ain't shit on the Akashic records. That's what this whole simulation is. It's simulating what God created, and they'll never fucking be able to replicate it. They could try all they fucking want with their AI and their computers and turn the whole fucking realm into a fucking computer, which they probably did. The way AI is going and the way that's so much energy to do their fucking stupid calculations and fucking this and that. Turn the whole realm into one giant fucking supercomputer. Still ain't enough, fuckface. Still ain't enough data collection. They know everything. They're looking at your face, my face right now. Everyone's fucking facing their phone and their laptop. All your micro facial expressions, every fucking, you know what an impression is? If you're scrolling on your phone and you stop for a half a second on something, that's called an impression. That's a data collection spot. That's just one little piece of data collection that they're storing on your ass. What do you get impressed by when you're scrolling through shit? What do you slow down and look at for a little while longer? What's your eyes dilating? Are you getting fucking dopamine hits? When do you get dopamine hits when you're scrolling and what you're doing? You're getting all this data collection, but it ain't enough. Can't compete with the Akashic records. Can't compete with the perfection when you die and you get that judgment. Oh, judge, you're a judgmental. Nah, it's a good thing. Like a judge, a real judge in a courtroom. He's going to judge the situation. The truth. Well, how's the truth bad? Just put the truth right in your face. That's it. How the fuck is that bad for you? Instead, they want to distort the truth. You got to check your settings. I was hearing other names, not seeing them. They create 2 different chats on that setting. You just go to vertical, more likely to be in the algo and more engaged. Yeah, because that's when I was doing some man in the street, I was getting some pretty big numbers, but I was doing a lot of interactions with people. So I was getting like, 3,000, 3,500 views sometimes. But I was kind of like doing a lot of interactions with people, so I could see how that could be entertaining. But yeah, that was just straight vertical. So Yeah, there's something to think about. Yeah, because that's why I wonder what you guys can't see all the comments. You know, there's some people commenting on vertical, you can't see it. You got people commenting on the regular one. The other guy, you know, yeah. See what you're saying. Trump still has all the same exact body language, movements, and microfacials. Yeah. Yeah, Trump, you should see Trump when he's on an airplane and somehow they brought up heaven. I don't know if they asked him if he's going to heaven, or I don't know if they might have said, "Do you think you're going to heaven?" And he got all like impish and like shy, and he's like, if you pull up the video, he's like kind of peeking around a corner, and he goes, "I don't think I'm going to heaven." And he was kind of impish and shy about it, and like, you know, he's smiling like, "I don't think I'm going to heaven." Yeah, because I'm a nasty little fucking demon weasel, and just like smirking about it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it to heaven. Well, and I'm not saying heaven. I don't even look at it like that. Like I'm saying, when you die, the judgment, you create the heaven or hell now, because you're going to feel what you did to other people. Whether you're conscious of it or not, is going to be put in your face. You're going to feel from their end how they felt. That's the truth. That's the Akashic record. That's data collection. And that's the perfection of death that we all should have the privilege and honor to experience. But they're taking it away from us by soul trapping us and keeping us trapped here, because most people probably go to the light. They get scared of that dark, that void. As they say, when you die, don't go to the light. Just fucking drift out into, oh my God, I'm going to drift out into space and nowhere. Nah, you're good. But they got a lot of people that go to the light like a moth to a flame. So, like a moth to a flame. So what I'm saying is, as I wrap up the 9/11, that's what the ritual is. That's what the ritual is. You're going to end your life and you're going to go right back to living it. You ain't going to get the judgment. You ain't going to get the benefit, the privilege of being able to experience that, so you can course correct, right? All this admiralty law, so you can course correct in your next incarnation. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of running out of steam. You know, we've been live for an hour and a half. I got to be somewhere in an hour, but I might wrap the stream up somewhat soon. But I don't know. I just went live, just sort of impromptu. Just had a couple ideas in my head. Didn't really know how it was going to go or not. I didn't know if I was going to be passionate or what I was going to really get into. But, you know, I gave a little sermon today kind of thing. There was a group of people. And I asked, hey, you mind if this group of homeless people, I said, these people working there with the homeless, I said, you mind if I talk to a group of people in the room? I said, you mind if I kind of give a little good word to the people? They're like, yeah, we don't mind, but just keep in mind, if they ain't fucking with it and they don't want to hear it, we'll just cut it short early. I said, yeah, that's cool. So there's a group of people in a room, and I just started hitting them with a good word, whatever I thought was the good word. I just started hitting them with it. Whatever sounded good to me. You know, I brought up that quote. I am the happiest man alive. I have that in me that can convert poverty into riches, adversity into prosperity. I am more invulnerable than Achilles, and fortune hath not one place to hit me. And I tell these people, yeah, you're homeless, right? But you could be the happiest person alive. Happiest male or female, happiest man or woman alive. Because you have the ability to convert poverty into riches, adversity into prosperity. You get it? That's why you're the happiest person alive. You have that ability within you. And guess what? When you do that, you're going to inspire, motivate others to do the same. And you're going to teach them. Now you have an ability. They talk about an apprenticeship. They talk about masonry and different things. You could teach people. You could teach people how to drag themselves out of the hole Be prosperous. So that was the message I hit him with. I kept it kind of short. You know, some people weren't paying that much attention, so I just kept it short. Let me see. Oh, thank you for the contribution, Julian. He said, make it a great day, O'Shea. Yeah, I appreciate the contributions today, guys. It means a lot to me, man. I don't want to take that shit lightly. You know, I got some, you know, Greg and Julian are very consistent. Almost every time I go live, they hit me up with a donation. So that means a lot to me, guys, for real, for real. So let me try to give you guys something, some value for that, right? I don't want to just take that shit and not give some value, right? Because you look at my name, Brian William Anthony O'Shea. Brian means noble, virtuous. William, strong-willed warrior. Anthony, highly worthy of praise. O'Shea, savior, deliverer. Put the sentence together. That's a noble, virtuous man who's a strong-willed warrior, who's highly worthy of praise. That's a savior and deliverer. Now you might say, oh, he thinks he's a savior and deliverer and all big shot. Nah, from myself. I'm going to save and deliver myself from my slavery, my addictions, my shortcomings. I'm highly worthy of praise from myself. I'm worthy to not shit talk myself. To say you got something, you keep going, stay consistent. People fucking get value out of your shit. You're a strong-willed warrior. Ain't that right? Now get on there and civilly disobey, you warrior. You're strong. You got resilience. That's where a lot of us come from, these families. We should have been crushed. Our spirit should have been crushed a long time ago. We should have been dead. We should have offed our fucking selves. But no, we're resilient like a motherfucker. Give me more. I can take it. God gives burdens to those who can take it. The meek shall inherit the earth. What does meek mean? It ain't fucking humble. It means I can carry a large burden. We don't even know what the fuck we went through in our youth. Resilient like a motherfucker. Should have broke us and battered us and shattered us into pieces. Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. But nah, we took it all. We took that burden and kept moving. Strong-willed warrior. Who's noble and virtuous, who seeks the truth, a noble man, a true nobleman. But for what? For I'm not talking I'm a big shot. This is all for me to help myself out, to then inspire others that they could do it. I'm not some big shot savior and deliverer of the world. I got to save and deliver myself from my own fucked up bullshit. I got to be a strong-willed warrior for my own self. To battle my own demons, my own fucking shitty self-talk I give to myself. I got to be noble and virtuous to myself. I don't steal, and I do what's right for me, not for you, not to not get caught. For me, under God is the witness. Not no fucking big shot. You know, one day, if this death shit goes correctly, I might replay this stream, and there might be someone getting something out of it. I get to feel that. I get to feel what they felt when I was young and passionate and doing my thing. And I get to feel how they felt, how it helped them out. They were low. They were thinking about doing something stupid. And my words got them to think back on the right path, got them to alignment. Just like the stars and the planets are aligning. They're grouping around each other. Get ourselves into alignment. Align with God, align with the truth. That's why all the planets follow that path of the sun. And we're coming up on spring, those Fortune 500 companies, they all launch their businesses on the spring. Spring's coming up. Prepare, get ready, make your moves. Easter's a big motherfucking deal. They want to make it like, oh, January's the new year. Nah, the new year is probably really in March, when spring, when everything's great. That's the new year. That's a celebration. That's when you launch your businesses. That's when you make your moves. And it could be a very special one this time, because we could be on the cusp of an age change. Might be some big moves around Easter. Watch out. Check out those stars every day. I'm telling you, make your own interpretations. When you see whatever you see them stars doing, make your moves how you think. You see, telling you, you look up there today, you're gonna be like, damn, something I never, because every day you can be like, I never see them grouped around the sun like that. That's crazy. I've been looking at these things for years now. I never seen them grouped around the sun like that. That's crazy. That must mean something powerful. All these rare occurrences are like, this is a very rare occurrence that we got all these planets grouped around the sun. It only happens once in every fucking so many thousands of years. Good. It's going to tell you something that should motivate you. I'm going to make some moves. That looks powerful to me. That looks good to me. Just like they're making moves on the other side. Someone want to say that was glorious. I appreciate that. That big cloud is coming from a cloud maker machine on the horizon. Yes. You should make a little, you can make a little painting, make a little painting of a cloud making machine, you know, and have your own little philosophy and metaphors about that. Cloud seeding. Be our own cloud seeders. We could be the weather. We could be the wind. We could be the hurricane, the tornado in the room. I come to town, I'm the hurricane. I'm fucking shit up. People are all hair blown back. Bitches' hair's all fucking raggedy once I leave town. They're all shook up. People are fucking quivering and fucking freaking. What the fuck was that? Yeah, you bring the good news, you bring the truth. That'll fuck some shit up. That'll crumble a building or two that are on weak foundations. Just looking at some of these Kia Kaha, Brother Brian. Yeah, I know there's Kia Ora, which is a great little, I looked that up the other day. That's a New Zealand expression, Kia Ora. Forgot exactly what it means, but I know it's awesome. Fuck yeah, says watch Elvis for Trump. Got Jay Craft in here. Appreciate that, guys. I'm probably going to wrap it up any minute now, but I did want to hit on a few topics today and get a few things off my chest. But yeah, think about that, man. Think about that when you're in interactions with people. One day there's going to be a judgment. You're going to get to feel how those people feel when they're in your presence. Start to. And I'm not saying I need to take all my advice. You know, like I went on Reddit and I was talking about architecture and I'm talking about these different motifs and how there could be symbology there. And people are like, you're so pretentious. Why don't you just tell us what it means to you? I'm like, I had to tell them, I'm like, look, if it's interesting, I'm telling you, like just you do your own research. Don't think about what I think of it. Like I'm saying, isn't this interesting? These certain motifs that keep coming up in architecture. Is there maybe some symbolism there? Is there maybe something special? Like I'm asking questions here. People are like, God, you're so pretentious. Just tell us what you think of it. And it's like, my point is that like, in all my interactions, like if I'm going to be around people later today, how do they feel when they're around me? Does the energy of the room get worse? Do people get worse or better? Or just, you know what I mean? Like, think about that, how when you go through a judgment, you're going to get to feel how people feel when they interact with you, when they're around you. So just pay attention to that. Like, how am I moving? Like one day when I go through that judgment, and you know, how do people feel after interacting with me, after speaking with me, after being around me? You know, 99% of communication is indirect, right? So you might not even have to say something. You could just be in the presence of people. And sometimes your presence, when you're walking in a room, you could have a calming presence. You just walk in the room. There could be chaos and shit going on. And all of a sudden things start getting a little less chaotic. People just start being less argumentative with each other. Things just start to calm down. It's from simply your presence, maybe. I don't know. Or the reverse. You walk into a room and shit just starts getting wild. All of a sudden there's violence going on and people are fighting and shit. You know what I mean? What's going on in other people internally? What's going on with them when you're interacting with them, when you're around them? Just like all those planets are around the sun right now, I bet you they're getting something really awesome from being around the sun. It's probably awesome to be around the sun like that. They're probably getting wisdom and information and knowledge. You know, and warmth and care. So be that sun in people's lives, you know what I mean? Be the sun in people's lives, brother, you know what I mean? Because you are the happiest man alive. You have it in you to turn poverty into riches, adversity into prosperity. You are more invulnerable than Achilles, and fortune hath not one place to hit you, boy. You're the happiest man alive, dog, because you could turn adversity to prosperity and poverty into riches, bro. You could do that. That's why you're the happiest man alive right now, bro. Yep. You're a powerful motherfucker because you could do that, dog. You do, bro. You have a great day. Thank you, dog. Because that's the truth. The meek shall inherit the earth. They can take great burdens. These homeless people probably could carry great burdens. They're resilient. They weren't broken and beaten and battered and killed and offered themselves. They made it through these childhoods. We don't even know. So much we probably put, the body will compartmentalize things that are so abusive and horrific that you don't even know they happened. That's how resilient you are. That's how the mind of a child and the body and the psyche of a child will work. They know it's so fucked up that they'll compartmentalize and put it away so you can stay alive and not get completely broken, to keep your resilience, to maybe unpack it later, to maybe look at it later. But you're resilient. They will not completely destroy you. You have not been destroyed. That's why you're still the happiest man alive, because you still have the power. Because you could carry great burdens. You could carry more burdens than others. That's why God sent you on this. That's why you incarnated and had the parents you did. Because he's got a specific mission and purpose and a teaching lesson for you. You could take it. You could take a lot. Because you're strong. And your name has meaning. And when we name our children from now on, let's give them a name that we want them to embody. And at the age of 13, if they embody it, we'll give them a different name. That more suits their personality, so that when they meet someone, hi, my name's this. Boom, I know a lot about you, because your name, people aren't just flippant when they name someone. There's purpose and meaning behind it. And the indirect communication, and even the words I'm speaking, it's how you do it, right? Now, what Paul says, not what you think, it's how you think. It's not what you do in the world, it's how you do it. It's not what you do or say around people. It's how you do and say what you do around people. So I got to live up to my own words right here. This ain't me thinking I got all the answers, Mr. Pretentious. This is me motivating me. Highly worthy of praise, strong-willed warrior, all this shit, savior, deliverer. I'm saying this shit for me, first and foremost. I got to motivate myself. I ain't always this type of dialogue with myself. I'll be a fucking cunt to myself. You ain't shit. Fuck you, dog. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're going to fuck that. You ain't got it. You ain't got it. Don't do that. Don't do that. You ain't shit. Fuck you, dude. You're a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Even if it's indirect. Even if I don't even, it's just subconscious. I don't even know I'm doing it. Brian, will you give Talcott some life coaching lessons? What do you think it's doing to you? Doing the same thing. Hundreds as far as Drake. Yeah, guys, I think I'm running out of steam here. I gotta handle some other business. But nah, man, much love, guys. I really appreciate you guys, man, for allowing me to, because we only know about ourselves through the reflection of others, right? I only know about me by how, it's like a mirrored reflection by the others, how when I get around others, how the back and forth is, you know what I mean? I don't know myself without the other. Like a bird and a flower are the same thing. So I'm not me without you, because without you, I'm just in a void, emptiness. So I'm learning about myself through you guys. What am I? I learned it through you. A bird learns what it is through the flower, and the flower through the bird. They're the same fucking thing. That's why you're the same thing as me. Me and you are the same thing, the one self. So make it a great day, like Julian says. I don't got a laptop to play no outro song or nothing, so it'll probably be an abrupt ending right here in a second. But I really appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate Paul for getting me on this path. I appreciate the people that got Paul on the path, even if it was just the spirit of truth. You know, that divine lineage, you know, everything goes back to something. Everything goes back to something. So I hope you guys got something out of this, and maybe we could do it again soon. And yeah, pay attention to them stars. Let's prepare for Easter to make some moves. Maybe start a business or start a direction in life. Something, you know what I mean? It's a great time for new beginnings. When Easter comes up, it's a powerful time, and especially this time, we might be on the cusp of something. Society might be completely different here soon enough. We might be on the edge of an age change. That's why they just murdered in cold blood, and our government's like, yeah, that was a good job. Look at these guys. These guys are cool. A bunch of high school dropout fucking wannabe cop fucking scumbags. Yeah, that's cool. Great job, guys. You murdered that citizen. Woohoo! USA, USA, USA. Blessings, brother. Be safe out there. Keep it good. That rant was epic. Great work, Brian. Thank you, guys. I don't know. I didn't plan on none of that. I guess the spirit just kind of grips you at sometimes, takes a hold of you, and you just go along for the ride, like I was saying. Sometimes the wind's behind you, you know? Admiralty law. Sometimes you got the wind at your back on your sailboat. Sometimes it's a little easier to deliver a powerful message. Sometimes you just ain't got it. Just like nature, man. Just like the stars. Sometimes there's a bunch of planets around the sun, and it's a powerful time. And sometimes there ain't no planets around the sun. Ain't nothing going on. Times are a little different. It's a little more difficult, but yeah. So I love you guys too. Be well. O'Shea. Jeep says, Bry, some hearts, papers, please. Exactly. All right, y'all. Yeah, have a good, what is today? Saturday, some shit? Let's see. Fucking day. Yeah, it's Saturday because there's going to be fights on. But, yeah, make it a great day. Make it a great night. Stay warm if anyone's like struggling with that. You're a strong-willed warrior. You're resilient. I think this community is very resilient. We've got a bunch of strong-willed warriors out here, very resilient. Carry the burden, carry the load that others can't. But all these other simpletons out here, they can't carry the burden like we could carry the burden. Oh, why do these idiots take the vaccine? Why do they do that? Because they can't carry the burden. Why do all these idiots obey? Because they can't carry the burden. They ain't got it like that. Weren't chosen by God to carry the burden like we got. They got to go through their process. When they get to their perfection and they get their judgment, they get to feel how they felt. How other people, you know what I mean? When they took those vaccines, they get to feel how we felt. When we see them get sick from the vaccine, how that makes us sad and breaks our heart. When they get sick from the vaccine, we're trying to tell you, bro, and they feel that. They'll feel that. How they broke our heart. A lot of us keep getting our heart broken. We're resilient, though. Keep breaking our heart. Keep getting heartbroken. We love these we got love for these motherfuckers. That's why I go to jail. That's why I civilly disobey. For you, too, motherfucker. For your freedom. And your child and grandchildren and your wife and children. For their freedom. That's why I don't give IDs and I'm willing to go to jail. So you'll get to feel that in that judgment day when you broke my heart. And all the hearts I broke too. People that love me. And wilding out my addictions and my selfishness. I could be selfish in a positive way. Go build a viaduct. That's right. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. All right, we got to end this. Yeah, I think that's it. The sun's setting, and this is a very auspicious time. This might have been a good time to stream. Maybe that helped me out deliver my message, because this is a great time for meditation. When the sun is setting or when the sun is rising, You know, you're having that change from light to darkness and darkness to light. That's a very auspicious times, very good times for meditation, especially that morning. Brahma Muhurta, an hour and a half before sunrise. Very auspicious. Most of the world is sleeping. Great time for meditation. That's the creator's hour. You get to create the world, create the day. You wake up early, meditate during Brahma Muhurta, an hour and a half before sunrise, and you create, you manifest your destiny for that day. You're the creator of your life, of your future. No one's dictating that shit. No politician, no government is dictating your path in this shit. Your circle's small. It's you and God, like my man says. So just remember that you're powerful. You are the happiest people. You are the happiest man or woman alive. You could convert poverty into riches, adversity into prosperity. You are more invulnerable than Achilles, and fortune hath not one place to hit you. So you're good. All right. This is it. I'm leaving. These storms can't stop the truth, and the storm of truth brewing within. That's right. Exactly. We are the hurricane of truth, breaking down these old systems. That's what happens when we reset a society. Society is going to be completely different. It's got to be destroyed. The fire of truth to burn out the impurities, to rebuild for better times. Like when a forest gets burnt down and it helps the seeds. Some seeds depend on fire to even be able to, for their seeds to break out of their acorns. They need fire. It's a natural process instead of these man-made fires. All right, y'all. Be the seed. I'll see you guys later, man. Yeah, the storm of truth. All right, y'all. Much love, much love. I'll see you later. Peace. Bye.